What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you all are having a very blessed and wonderful day. Today we have not only another Q&A video, but we got what could quite possibly be the best Q&A video, because this Q&A has shown that not only has Rocksteady really thought out the long-term process of what they want to do with this game in the live service genre as a whole, I feel more comfortable saying that Suicide Squad is really shaping up to be one of the most polished and player-friendly live service games in a very long time. Now, just like the last Q&A, we're gonna go through everything that was answered, but I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown this time of what to expect, because I looked at it early and I want y'all to understand that all of this is fucking amazing. So, just everything we're gonna be talking about. The battle passes have no FOMO. They never go away. New Game Plus at launch. You can change the time of day. There's join in progress. There's a deep dive into the crafting mechanics. Clan systems with rewards and challenges. New seasons and new characters every 3 months, which I called, by the way. Complete HUD customization. Complete. And then all content can be played by yourself if you don't want to play with anybody else, or if you don't have friends. All right, so this is the start of the Q&A. Right, Derek saying hello, what's up to everybody. The last Q&A was a hit, so they got some more developers to come in this time around. Now, moving down, we're also going to be focusing on the questions, same as last time, but I'm going to make it a better habit to highlight them. Now, first question from Kate. Hello team, I've been curious about what your design process is for the traversal of the squad. How do you decide what tools they use to move around, such as Joker's rocket-powered umbrella? Which, I mean, it's Joker, we definitely wasn't expecting an umbrella, but like, if the shit is dope, the shit is dope. Like, if it's fun to play with, like, that's really all that should matter. So, Axel said, I had to fist fight poor Derek to get the answer to this question, because as soon as he saw the design process, he physically tackled me because he knew I would write another essay. Now, when we start designing the squad member, we start with what we think is going to be fun ways to get around Metropolis, because traversal is a very key part, and how that traversal could be used as a tool in combat encounters. How do we want this character to be played? What makes this character different from the other characters? Both in terms of playstyle and in terms of strengths and weaknesses. What would suit that character's personality? Once we have a general idea, we put our character through design framework where we have all of the character's traits and mechanics, and we ensure that they are a good fit. This means ensuring that they will offer unique traversal and combat experiences that complement and dovetails with the existing squad members. So we don't, like, it seems like we don't have to really worry about echo characters, which was an issue that we pretty much had a lot of in previous games. Now, we then look at their weapon loadouts and we select what we feel would offer the best experience when combined with their enhanced traversal and the intended and desired engagement distance. Once their loadout has been settled on, that's when they start working on talents that will enhance and synergize with both the traversal and the offensive capabilities. For example, Joker loves explosions, so not only are there ways to lean into grenade damage builds, but also to enhance his own explosive umbrella for additional movement. Joker also loves to burn things, so you will find some talents in there that thrives on setting the world on fire. Or players can build into Joker's unique umbrella grind mechanic and maximize crit opportunities. Flipping the umbrella over and grinding along rooftops, he knocks enemies up into the air as he crashes into them, which then offers juggle kill opportunities for continuous crit damage before blasting back into the air, seamlessly blending between traversal. I'm reading fast, I'm losing my words. Seamlessly blending between traversal into combat and then back into traversal. Now, the next and most important step is assuring that they feel badass and powerful in your hands, but still maintain parity across the various character traits and mechanics with the other members. Each character shines in different areas, so there isn't a best character per se, but there will be a best one for you, the one that matches your playstyle. And this was really important for us, so that there will always be a character that fits the way that you want to play. Now, the next question comes from Cash. The Joker you designed and introduced us to all the way back in 2007 and became a fan favorite of the Arkham series. Now in 2024, we're getting an Elseworlds Joker. I want to ask, what was the process to making another Joker again? Was it exciting? Did it give you all nostalgia? Etc., etc. Kate took this one. Arkham Joker is iconic, from his look to Mark Hamill's BAFTA award. I didn't know he won a BAFTA. His BAFTA award-winning performance, we wanted our Joker to stand on his own foot and be his person. That's kind of a like, I'm not gonna lie, that own foot thing, what's the one I'm looking for? It's a joke because he has only one foot. He has a prosthetic leg. So as you can see, the art teams have done an amazing job on his look. He feels put together. So although he has the Joker smush makeup, his feels intentional. His outfit is showy and over the top, and this runs through to his traversal as well. Also to performance, we have the amazing JP Carlack voicing Joker, and honestly his ad-libs in session were often better than what we had written, so he had really helped us to develop this Joker. All right, now we got another question from Hollow Girl, who's asking, super curious on what happened to Elseworld Joker's leg. Now, like Joker, our boy loves bombs, and as is the one of the Joker, he's not the most notoriously safety when it comes to their detonation. So he's Junkrat. Like, in my mind, if you play Overwatch, right, you might agree with me. Joker is Junkrat, and I kind of love it because I love both characters. Now, and to round out our questions on Joker, Gutsman90 asks, you guys have announced seasons 1 through 4, including new characters such as the Joker, and new content such as weapons, maps, what we can expect in terms of new main story or side story missions, new cutscenes, new mission types. Rocksteady is known for its superb storytelling and voice performances, and I hope we can expect to see more of that in in-game content. Now, Kate took this one to answer. So we're going to continue to tell the story through cutscenes for new characters, and as well as new content from them in the Hall of Justice and audio logs going into greater detail about the relationships that you might not otherwise see, which keeps in track with the Arkham, with how the Arkham games normally do things. From a narrative perspective, the core of Kill the Justice League is the relationships within the squad. From the cutscenes to the in-game banter to how they respond to each other and how that develops over time is key. So getting the opportunity to throw new characters into the mix is really exciting. Obviously, Harley has history with Arkham Joker, so getting past her initial gut reaction to our Joker and accepting him for who he really is going to be hard for her. Most of the others instantly come to the not wrong conclusion that they need to be careful around Joker. Boomerang is terrified of him, Deadshot has no time for him, and King Shark is fascinated to learn more about this latest squad member. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that definitely seems pretty on brand. Now, next up, Lucas. Thank you, Lucas. How does the Battle Pass work? We've received a lot of questions about the Battle Pass, and there's a lot to cover, so I'll try to break it all down. The Battle Pass... hold on, wait, I lost my train of thought. Okay, my train of thought is back. Okay, we're back. So the Battle Pass in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will be cosmetics only and have both a premium and a free track, and a new Battle Pass will be released with each season. The first Battle Pass will be released with the launch of Season 1. A few weeks after the game's initial release, there will be 75 tiers to complete in Season 1 Battle Pass, and what will be included are outfits, emotes, banners, swatches, and some premium currency that can be used to purchase cosmetic items or go towards purchasing future premium Battle Passes. So, like how Battle Passes normally work, if you get it, you can get currency that can lead to buying the next pass. That way you don't got to keep spending money. Now, we're also happy to announce that you will be able to go back and play previous Battle Passes after a season is over. We believe that our team has created some of the best looking cosmetic items ever, and we want those to be available for our players to enjoy without fear that they'll miss out on anything. This right here is the big thing, because one of the main hating points on this game was that, like they got a Battle Pass, they finna charge us out the ass for cosmetics, they finna what's the word, they finna time gate it. No, it's none of that. It's none of that. Not only do we get all this stuff, I assume it's going to be fairly priced, but it also never goes away. So you don't got to worry about, I missed this one skin from Season 0 and we in Season 4. I can never go back and get it. Because, like, for example, in Fortnite, can never get the She-Hulk skin again, can never get the Iron Man skin again, can never get the Superman skin again. Yeah, no, fuck that. There is no FOMO. So there's no missing out. Now, as an extra reminder, each season will have a new playable character, a new Elseworld to explore, loads of new gear, new missions to play, and more, all for free. The Premium Battle Pass is an optional extra for those who want to look extra fly while kicking some butt. And keep in mind, all items are completely optional and do not affect gameplay in any way. So, a new character, a new Elseworld, new gear, new missions, and all that every 3 months. Not to mention, Joker in Season 1 drops in March, the month after launch. So we getting started early. We don't gotta wait that long. Oh man, god damn, this game is starting off good. Now, moving on to endgame. Slogan asks, is endgame also possible to do solo? Axel responded to this 100% yes. All the content and missions we have in the game can be played solo or in any group configuration, 2, 3, or 4 players. You got to see our lovely community manager Derek squad up with Charles, Lupo, and Tarek as they played through just a taste of Finite Crisis on a recent stream event. Finite Crisis is what we call the in-game at launch, and we wanted our in-game content to be accessible as possible, where if your friend can't log on, you can still play it and progress on your own. And if the fourth player and your squad couldn't make it because they have the audacity to have a life outside the game, they won't stop you from playing if you choose to keep going. When you're playing the game solo, you're still not on your own though. You have 3 trusty AI controlled squad members around you, and they will use the gear that you give them or whatever talents you have unlocked, which can make them very powerful. And then there's the social squad feature where you can bring in your friends, top leaderboard players, or famous content creators into your squad. Now, we all love playing games, but we also have lives, and that's a big part of our design philosophy making this game. We don't want the game to feel like a life commitment or be a game where you have to sacrifice a lot to see all the content on offer, or feel like you're not making good progress in the game if you can't play hundreds of hours. We want this game to be generous both with your time and all the features we have to offer. God damn it, somebody finally fucking understands that being an adult is fucking hard and we need time for shit. God, man. Even our toughest content, the mayhem mission that culminates in an epic boss fight, or playable solo, 2-player, 3-player, and 4th-player as all of our in-game mastery levels. The leaderboards also reflect this flexibility, where there is a leaderboard for each in-game mission, solo, 2-player, 3-player, and 4th-player. Goddamn, fucking good on you, Rocksteady. Y'all, man, stop fucking doubting Rocksteady. Now, next question. How much of loot and build progression will be RNG based? Is there an expectation of players who will repeat certain missions or activities dozens of times to get the rarest gear / stat rolls? That was Ethan that asked that. Now, Axel answered this again. I love talking about this, and don't worry, it'll be a short answer, or maybe not. Loot is a serious topic, so it deserves a profound answer. The loot progression in our game doesn't revolve around gear score or item power or power creep. When you get a piece of loot early in the game, it's as viable throughout the entire progression. Now, how viable it will be is up to you, your playstyle, and how well that loot synergizes with your build. The loot philosophy in the game is to really strike a balance between the joy of getting items with really good augments, while at the same time giving you the power to perfect that piece of gear to suit your playstyle and build. All of the loot in our game can have a set number of augments, basically additional stats that is based on a rarity, and each augment can come into one of 3 levels of power: uncommon, rare, or epic. To give you an example, on an uncommon piece of loot, there can only be 1 augment, but that augment itself can be uncommon, rare, or epic. On a rare piece of loot, there can be 1 to 2 augments, and on an epic, there can be 1 to 3. For legendary, infamy sets, and notorious, there can be 2 to 3 augments, and that gives plenty of opportunity to get an item with a really good roll. However, like I said, we don't want it to be frustrating to get gear drops with augments that don't fit your build, so that's why we have features like Penguin's crafting and overhaul, and Torment's modification, totes, and leading, and finally Poison Ivy supercharging. Y'all know I can't pronounce some words right. Get off my case. First up, crafting. Now, crafting is what you would expect, and all loot that you earn through the story are also added as crafting recipes so that you can easily make them if you happen to get rid of an item you earned early in game. So if you pick up a gun and you get rid of it later, you have the blueprint, so you will always be able to go back and make it later. I think Destiny does that. Now, overhaul re-rolls all of the augments on a piece of loot, which gives you a way to re-roll the item without worrying about having to do sacrifices to the loot gods to try and get that piece of loot again. Modification lets you re-roll any augment on the item, and you get to pick from 3 new random augments or keep the one you have. Once you re-roll that augment, you're looking to just being able to re-roll that one. I.e., if you re-roll an uncommon augment, then you're locked into only being able to re-roll the uncommon augment for another one. Now, totes lets you re-roll an augment, but it lets you pick the one that you want to roll from a list of possible ones. So where modification presents you with a list of augments with random stat ranges, totes lets you straight up pick the augment that you want to roll, and then you get to pick from a list of 3 permutations of that augment. So you can pick which one you want specifically. There are two versions of it. You get a random list or you can pick. And I like that. Good on y'all. Leading is insanely powerful because this unlocks the ability to modify or tilt not just one augment, but every augment on an item. In short, leading gives you the control to perfect the augments of an item to really fit your build and playstyle. Supercharging lets you upgrade the afflictions on an item to make it last even longer on enemies. Another feature that's worth mentioning from Ash, thank you Ash, is that it lets you further customize your gear or firearm upgrades. Once unlocked in the story, any uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, any uncommon, rare, epic, or legendary firearm levels up when you use it, and you can earn points that can be applied to 5 different categories of firearms attributes: accuracy, stability, zoom, reload speed, and mag size. Each of these attributes can be upgraded up to 3 times, and the maximum points available on a firearm depends on the rarity, where a legendary firearm can get up to 15 levels, which makes it possible to maximize all the attributes on that firearm if you use it long enough. And before you ask, infamy sets and notorious can't be upgraded. We wanted those to really feel unique and fit the personality they're infused with, but don't worry, they're plenty strong enough. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish you could do it with Notorious and Infamy, but the fact that you can do it in general definitely is a big thing, and they're also trying to drive home that unique aspect, so I can't be too mad. Now, more in-game details, Evil Eye asked. So, we decided early on that we wanted to lean the difference between our characters as well as our wide range of crazy build permutations to provide the most variety in game alongside our somewhat forensic combat. This is definitely something that we think you will like at launch in the Finite Crisis endgame. The builds that you can find in Construct will essentially fundamentally change the way you play the game. Our game is pretty full on chaos and mayhem for the core squad, but then again, they thrive on that and are frequently the instigators of said chaos. That said, the goal with our mission types in the game was to allow for each character's traversing mechanics and playstyles to really shine, and for the crazy build permutations that we have to really stand out. One example, one way our mission types interplay with player builds is the Ivy's Garden Party missions, where there's a set affliction active. That means you can use Poison Ivy's plants to trigger affliction bursts that affects all enemies hit, giving you a free affliction in that mission. You can adapt your build around that and pick 2 different afflictions or gear that takes advantage of the affliction that Ivy's plants can activate. Another example is the Skull Ship Jamming missions, where there's a bonus criteria that increases how fast you can charge the beacon, and those criteria leads into etc. critical hits or shield harvest skills or suicide strike kills. When it comes to post-launch, we don't want to spoil too much of what we're adding, but each episode introduces a whole new in-game chase themed around a DC villain, which will be even bigger and better than the Finite Crisis in-game that you'll be playing at launch. Each episode will have 3 full tiers of infamy sets, a whole slew of notorious items and legendary items that all revolve around the theme of the episode and the infamy set villain of that episode. Each episode's infamy set villain brings along plenty of notorious villains that fit the theme. I believe for season 1 is Two-Face and Scarecrow, so keep an eye out for those. And while I did say we don't want to spoil too much, we can at least say that in our first episode, listen up. In our first episode, we're getting 6 incursion missions, 6 stronghold missions, new killing time theme encounters, and finally, a whole new mayhem mission that culminates in a unique boss fight. That's a lot of fucking content right there. Now, getting into builds. All right, so buckle up, because I'm not gonna lie. This builds one is a little beefy. So, I believe it was a couple of devs that answered this. So we're going to be sharing interesting builds, right? Now, one of Axel's personal favorites is the Super Spreader Freeze and Grenade build. It builds off the Tier 1 set, leveraging the Bane Rage Zones for increased grenade damage and the 1P set bonus where you can quickly top up grenade ammo, and put the Venom Frenzy Affliction on my melee weapon and the Deep Freeze Affliction on my grenades. I start off by afflicting enemies with Venom Freeze to craze them using my melee crit hit 1 to spawn a Bane Rage Zone to get the grenade and damage buff, and then I use a Deep Freeze Affliction grenade to start my affliction cycle to afflict large groups of enemies. I use the Super Spreader to keep refreezing them, and then I use I use the super spreader to keep refreezing the enemies and spreading the freeze affliction to any enemy that gets close, while I just throw more grenades to explode all the frozen enemies. And as soon as I start running low on grenade, I just melee a few people to get grenade ammo drops, and then it's just repeat. This build works best with the two-faced persuader melee weapon, which is a villain synergy, and well, it has a villain synergy, but you could also sub in the prison pinata melee weapon. Now, Ash, she put together a build recently that she's been having a lot of fun with. So the build is based around Jinx's, Jinx, Teen Titans. The build is based around Jinx's unlucky coin. Now, this increases damage to a specific affliction for a set period and rotates through all the afflictions. You use Bane's tier 1 to craze enemies on melee. Use Sick Burn to burn enemies you shoot. Apply Live Wire Bolt to enemies that you melee, to electrocute enemies using the strike, and then you apply Deep Freeze on your grenades to freeze enemies with the affliction. You get a rage zone to spawn by afflicting an enemy with Venom Freezy and doing a crit hit on them. Now that we have the damage boost, you follow the rotation on Jinx's unlucky coin, use the relevant affliction on enemies, capitalize on the damage, and basically let rip everything that you have. You can spice up things further with Carpet Bomb, which lets you carry 10 grenades and combo meal to counter an enemy and shortcut to 50 combos for an extra boost in talents. Oh shit. Ash, if you see this video, please let me know if that's a Harley build. That very much sounds like a Harley build. That grenade, that's a Harley build. There's no way in hell it's not. Now, Derek, he's a man of simple taste. This trio of assault rifle, traversal mod, and talent for Deadshot makes him one of the best experiences I've had in the game. Shooting Star gives you guaranteed crits once you've been airborne for 5 seconds. Also, it reduces your jetpack heat buildup with every kill. Free refills automatically reloads after you get 4 crits. Okay, so basically you can fly forever long as you don't stop shooting and you getting kills, you can fly forever. And that's only 3 out of 8 slots. I'm Boomerang day 1, but all these other characters, they sounded kind of nice, I will lie to you. Now, Ian, moving on to the next question. Clyde asks, will there be a way to replay the campaign? So Ian says, yes, absolutely. You can replay the whole you can replay the whole story, or just jump back in and replay your favorite mission. Maybe you want to replay the story as Joker, or maybe you want to fight the Flash over and over as different squad members. These are all options available to you. If you want a tougher New Game Plus type challenge, we have our Metropolis invasion levels. When you start the game, you have the standard, easy, medium, and hard difficulty. But once the main story has been completed, we unlock 5 additional difficulty levels over and above hard. You have to complete missions while playing on an invasion level in order to unlock the next higher level. This means you can replay the whole story and increase the challenge as you go if you are good enough to survive, making content a lot harder. There's a lot of different difficulties in the game, and I like that. Another little sneak peek into how this will work is that these invasion levels not only increase the difficulty of the game, but also the rewards on whatever part of the story you are playing. And there might be some unique legendary items and master versions of familiar items if you play on these higher levels. So if there's a certain gun that you get from, I don't know, let's say chapter 4, but it's a legendary, there's a chance you might be able to go back and boom, get that gun at a higher rarity. That's dope. That's fucking dope. Now, AOK has another question. Clans seem to be an interesting part of the game that promotes both teamwork and competitiveness. Could you guys go more into depth as to how they work and the benefits from being in a clan? So Ash answered this one. We wanted to have clans in the game to promote a bigger feeling of being in a squad, even when you aren't directly playing with others. And we wanted you to get rewards from engaging with your clan, so you feel like you're progressing the clan as a thing together. At the same time, just like the Suicide Squad themselves, we wanted to maintain that inter-squad competitiveness. Each clan has its own leaderboard, which is just for the clan members. Whenever you beat a clan member score, you get to send them a rival taunt, which has been a highlight of playing within a design team. I may or may not have sent about 10 of these to Axel and Ian the other week. Johnny's a bit harder to beat. There's an interplay between clans and social squad. If you are part of a clan, your squad gets filled with members of your clan. Not only do I get the joy of sending the guys rival taunts, but I get to beat them using their own characters. No, that's kind of nice. You look, if you're in a clan, you don't have to specifically go looking for people if you don't have any. It just pulls in people from your clan to fill those spots. Now, the clan has both daily and weekly challenges, and completing these will earn clan XP, which in turn will rank up the clan. Each clan member will also have an individual rank within the clan that increases with how active they are and how much they contribute to ranking up the clan. Increasing your clan's ranks will unlock rewards for the clan, and these rewards benefit all members of the clan and range from cosmetics like unique clan banners to XP bonuses and resource bonuses. Your individual clan rank shows how much you have contributed to the progress of the clan, and this comes with its own slew of rewards. By the way, a weekly clan care package. The more you contribute, the better the rewards are going to be, and they can get pretty sweet. Make sure you keep an eye out for those challenges because you don't want other members to jump the gun and get ahead of you. Now, Nintendo guy asked, can you join your friend midway through the game? And Ian answered this one. Yes, if matchmaking setting is open to friends, then the game will allow them to drop in and drop out throughout most of the story and beyond. There are a few exceptions to this rule, but the player trying to join will be held in the queue and enter the game with the next available opportunity. So there's join in progress, which is great. And if you are in a private session, you can always send a squad invite to a friend if you want them to join the squad straight away. Elseworld missions are some of the biggest challenges in the game, so you'll need to have your party locked in beforehand. If you're going to give rewards from the most challenging missions, you need to have been there from the start. It's only fair. So you can join in late on an Elseworlds mission, but you won't get rewards unless you was there when it started. That's fair. Now, the game also allows you to play with your friends even if they are in a different part of the story. For example, if your friend is at the start of chapter 3 while you have just started chapter 2, you can progress with them through chapter 3, and that progress will of course be saved. When you go back to your story in chapter 2 and complete that chapter, the game will recognize that you have already completed some of chapter 3 and give you the option to skip the parts you already played with your friends. So you can play the story together and skip any parts. Like, okay, so I'm trying to explain this. So the story progress isn't shared, but the game will recognize that you've already done this in another person's world, so it will give you the option to skip ahead if you don't want to play through it again. I feel like that's a nice option. You can do either or. You don't have to be forced to skip it, and that's nice. Now, amazing. Next up, Matic asks, how will online matchmaking work? Axel answered this one. So first off, let's talk a bit about online and matchmaking philosophy. As Ian mentioned, we wanted to make sure there's as little friction as possible when going through the story in any group configuration. We not only let you freely replay any part of the story, but we also want you to make sure that you can jump ahead and play with friends and not have to replay that part of the story. Our online and matchmaking philosophy is very similar. We want to give you all as many options and as much freedom as possible to play the game you want to play it. All our content is playable solo or with friends. And for those console players out there that just want to run solo, you won't even need a PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass membership to do so. Boom! So you can play by yourself, you don't need a membership. You might need one though if you want to do multiplayer content, but if you want to play solo, you don't need it. Now, at launch, our game has 3 different matchmaking options: private, open to friends, and public. I'm not going to read that because those are just pretty much self-explanatory. Private is invite only. Open lets anybody jump in. No, private is invite only. Open to friends, only friends can join. In public, anybody can jump in. Now, another thing that we're excited to talk about here is that once you've completed a story and you're in endgame, they're introducing matchmaking themes for public games, so you can more easily find players who want to play similar content. That includes unlocking additional mastery bracket themes, so when you reach a certain mastery level, you can unlock a new theme that you can use in matchmaking to find other players who want to play at the end game at the same level as you. So they're making it easier to find other people that want to do the same content as you specifically, and you won't get stuck with somebody that's just trying to do random stuff. I like that. That's a nice feature. Now, AOK comes in with another question. I've been loving the competition between the devs regarding who the best player is. This video is 30 minutes long. Holy shit. I've been loving the competition between the devs regarding who the best player is, leading me to wonder, is the competitive aspect of the game significant, and will there be rewards for top players? So, Ash took this one. Well, Derek, I am extremely competitive. and every time I log in, I'm welcomed by a rival taunt. I feel inclined to respond, and then it's on. The squad themselves are a bunch of criminals who put together initially don't want to work together, but have to and can't help but brag when they feel like they've done something special. One man upmanship is definitely there, and it is infectious. If you win, get the highest score in the mission, you get to be the squad leader, and not only get the chance to brag with a special win animation that you can customize, but you also get to choose to take the mission the squad take on next. We have leaderboards amongst friends and clans, and who you can send rival taunts to when you beat them. You can't help but smirk and feel a great sense of satisfaction whenever you send a friend or clan member a rival taunt, knowing it will be the first thing they see when they log on. Even better if they're playing and they get a notification telling them that you beat their score and you got a taunt. For a wider level of competition, we have global leaderboards for solo, 2-player, 3-player, and 4-player squads. When you place on a leaderboard, your character, squad, loadout, including talents and the cosmetics that you use at the time, will all get recorded. During development, this is where we were really competitive. If we wanted to be at the top, story crafting, improving how we play, and pushing that a little bit further, ensuring that we look cool when we beat our record. Each episode will introduce new leaderboards. At the end of the episode, the leaderboard is locked, and all the players that had a score on the leaderboard actually do get rewards based on that ranking. Once locked, you save that leaderboard forever, so you can always go back and look at where you placed. However, since you can replay old episodes whenever you want to bring gear from future episodes back in with you, once the episode is over, we're introducing a new leaderboard for that episode called the Dynamic Leaderboard. Now, this leaderboard lets you complete for the highest position in perpetuity. So there's 2 leaderboards. There's one per season, and then there's the dynamic one, which I believe covers it all. I'm sure it will be exciting times when players are able to go back and beat records that might have been kept for a while. We can't really put a number on how creative players will get with their builds and how far they can push with all the new and free items that we get, like the infamy sets, notorious, and legendary items, and how we're going to synergize with what was previously released. So there will be rewards for wherever you place on a leaderboard. That's good, because some of y'all are some very competitive people, and I know some people are definitely going to be rushing to get as high up on those boards as they can. Also, one thing about this game, because you can take other characters and you can see what's on their builds, you very quickly will be able to figure out whose build is actually worth something and whose build ain't shit. It's going to be a lot easier to tell that this time around, instead of having to get all the pieces for yourself and figure it out. If they not high up on the leaderboard, or if they not doing well what they build, it'll reflect on that leaderboard. Now, next question. Oh yeah, we got the picture. We got the thumbnail. I'll probably put this as the thumbnail picture. So can y'all, I can't read that name. There's no name. Just a bunch of stars asked, can y'all start posting more pictures or concepts for the league? And Derek said yes. He went straight to the head of art, David Higo. Forgive me if I mispronounced it. He came right back with this awesome concept of John Stewart as our Green Lantern. In case y'all, this is not an AI image or anything like that. This is actual concept art. Next question, Zero Hero asks, what are the plans on the release schedule for each episode of major updates in the game? They already have a roadmap of content. We've already gone over that. Season 1 is Joker, a whole bunch of stuff, and then seasons 2, 3, and 4 are going to be releasing over the course of the year. Oh, here we go. Darius talked about it. So seasons are big infusions of new content, and there are 4 coming in the first year. Each lasting about 3 months. Each season will be themed around a free playable character introduced in it, like season 1 launching shortly after the release of the game. Each season will also include an entirely new Elseworld, starting with a Joker theme in season 1. Seasons are divided into 2 episodes, and each lasting around 6 weeks. Each of these episodes will include new gear, including the infamy set themed around an iconic DC villain, new missions, new boss fights for all the low price of, you guessed it, free 99. Sorry, free, but if you get the free 99 joke, then you're a cultured person. Now, all episodes will be playable even after they've ended, so you can always go back and get the notorious weapon that you need to finish your build, or just chill in the alternate version of Metropolis, corrupted by the DNA of a mentally unstable clown. I wouldn't recommend that you stay too long though. Another one from Seaweed. Will some items be exclusive to the shop, and will some items be available to unlock through the gameplay? Now, this is a great question. As you see with everything in our game, we really wanted to bring the DC universe into all facets, and that of course includes the cosmetic items that are in game. These can be acquired in a number of ways. You may have caught a glimpse of the Riddler AR challenges in Metropolis. These time traversal challenges will reward you with outfits if you finish them quick enough. Outfits can also be unlocked by progression through the story, and there will be cosmetic items that can be earned in the battle pass or in the store. As stated above, battle pass in previous seasons will be available to purchase and finish after the season is over. Kate mentioned, another thing I worth mentioning are the pins, trinkets, and dolls. The short descriptions that we wrote for them are all in the squad voice, so you get things like King Shark talking about a great white shark doll that sounds a little something like this. I do not believe he is in fact a shark. Now, next question. For all of my people out there that have an issue with the UI, here what he asks, is there any way we can get even more customization when it comes to the UI, because it seems you can toggle elements of the UI, but being able to move and scale elements would be nice. During development, they've done pretty extensive user testing on the game, and they've added many of the UI customization options as a direct result of player feedback. Beyond launch, they're planning for adding even more support. At launch, you can control the visibility of these things: HUD, minimap, aiming reticle, larger persistent center dot, enemy health bars, enemy health bar prompts, damage numbers, player markers, player names, incoming damage indicators, dynamic tutorials, combat flare challenges, full screen effects, health and shield effects. From episode 1, they'll be adding more nuanced control over health and shield bars, XP bar, mission objectives, D-pad input prompts, traversal attack, suicide squad, and squad ultimate abilities, HUD input prompts, traversal bars. Our hope is that you help us all develop this further during lives, so that we're looking forward to your feedback and input on how to improve these options even further. I'm messing up because I'm trying to speed, because this video is already damn near 40 minutes long. I'm trying to speed through this for y'all. Now, another question for seasons from Soldier Breed. So there's supposed to be 2 episodes per season, but what exactly is an episode supposed to be from a design standpoint? Will some episodes be different in concept than others? So Axel took this one. Now, each episode will be different than the last. They are in fact unique even from within the same season. Seasons themselves are defined by our huge content drops, which will feature new unlockable playable characters and new Elseworlds and a new battle pass. Each season, the squad gains access to one of Brainiac's previously conquered Elseworlds to take the fight to him. So players will gain access not only to a new squad member to add to their roster, but to a whole new Elseworld to explore and cause mayhem in. Now, our battle pass, which features cosmetics only, runs across the entire season, so over the course of 2 entire episodes, which means that players have even more time to earn cosmetics across the free track. And for those who really want to lean into the customizing their unique versions of the squad, there's a paid track. Each season is made up of 2 distinct episodes, and each episode features new unique infamy sets, notorious items, and legendary items, gameplay modifiers and mutators, new missions across Metropolis and the new Elseworld, which will include new incursion missions, a mayhem mission, and a new boss encounter. That's not all though. Brainiac is not known as the 12th level intelligence for nothing. Will not sit by as you beat his forces over and over and over. Each episode, Brainiac is continuously probing the squad's defenses and trying to devise new ways to succeed in his invasion of Metropolis, shaking up your builds and the way that you play the game by introducing a number of changes to his forces to make them stronger. But there's also some unintended side effects that are worth keeping an eye out for. Brainiac's changes will impact enemies and even certain types of weapons and gear. To counter these changes, the squad will get new toys to play with in the shape of gear sets, notorious items, and villain synergies. This is just one way that by having an episodic cadence within a season, we can keep the squad and players on their toes by offering a ever-changing and evolving experience. Now, I'm not gonna lie, actually, that one definitely almost hurt me too. I won't lie. Now, one last question. By the time this question is being answered, it'll be a short 4 days to early access release. Looking back on the development, do y'all have any final thoughts before we all get it? Darius stated, it's been a really exciting time in the life of a project, in a whirlwind of emotions. To be honest, that's definitely true. From next week, this thing that we've poured our hearts into for so many years goes out into the world. That means we get to share this wonderful thing that we've created with you all, and now it belongs as much to all of you as it belongs to us, and we are beyond excited to get to develop this game further together with all of you. This Discord community has been a really special place for us in the run up to launch, and on behalf of everyone at Rocksteady, I want to thank you all for coming on this ride with us. When we send our game out into the world, what we get back is the chance to see people doing the thing that we always wanted, playing the game and having fun. Every game takes on a life of its own once it's released, and I can't wait to see how this one takes shape. We're all stoked to finally get this game with you all, so we hope to see you all in Metropolis next week. Thank you again for your amazing support. That's the end of the Q&A. Here's all of the devs that were chilling as they were answering calls. We have Axel, we have Tevin, we have Wyvern, we have Kate, Derek, Ian, Kane, Darius, and Ash. So this was a good fucking episode. Sorry, I'm losing my look. It's 40 minutes into the video and I'm kind of losing my train of thought. The Q&A was fucking fire. I've already explained everything at the beginning. No FOMO battle pass, new game plus at launch, change time of day, join in progress, clan system with rewards and challenges, new season every 3 months, complete HUD customization, all content can be played solo, and a whole lot more. We will be in Metropolis on the 30th at midnight. This Q&A was definitely great because we got a deeper insight into a couple of things, and then we also got to shut the nail in the coffin for a lot of issues that haven't been answered yet, like the battle pass issue. So fuck y'all that was saying that the battle pass was gonna be shit. It seems like Rocksteady has really sat back and studied from where a lot of games before them went wrong, and already, like, this is one thing that you can't deny no matter how much you hate the game. Rocksteady is launching Suicide Squad with a lot of base game features that other games either still don't have, never have, or it takes them a long time to fucking get, and that right there should be a win in and out of itself. That right there shows that this isn't just some cash grab. They are really committed to making this game a fun experience for the players, because looter shooters can be grindy, they can get tedious, they can be money hungry, and it seems like they're trying to do what they can to avoid going down that route. And honestly, I can't do nothing but respect Rocksteady and all of the developers there for that. So with that being said, that's gonna go ahead and bring us to the end of the video. Hopefully y'all had a very great time. This video probably gonna take a fucking minute to render. I said that word a lot this video. Hopefully I don't get demonetized, but it is what it is. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below how you felt about the Q&A. What was your favorite thing and what did you personally enjoy? And again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and smack that notifications bell so that you'll never miss out on any of my Suicide Squad related content, because there's gonna be a lot of it coming, and I will catch y'all in the moonlight. Peace.